Hey everyone, I'm just going to run you through a few different ways to coach and progress through the pistol squat. First I'll talk you through how I would do it in a group teaching setting, such as we do when we do like weightlifting breakdowns and that kind of thing. And then I'll take you through some of the more creative options that you can use when you've got workouts that are like for quality or where you've got a bit more space to play with. So when teaching the pistol squat to a group, I would recommend running through this very simple progression, calling out a few reps for everybody to do together with some pauses, and then allowing them a bit of time to do a few more in their own time for progression at each stage. Okay, so first would be the sound air squat. Next would be the split squat. In the split squat, you want to think about pushing off the ground with the front leg, so we're biasing the effort there, okay? Then what you go for is the close stance split squat. You try to keep this foot mostly flat. Then you go close stance split squat with the rear foot right up on the toe. This means you get less assistance from this rear leg. Then what you do is go through the same, but instead of foot up on the toe, you wrap it around the back. So you're able to push off your leg a bit, but not able to significantly push off the ground. These all work really nicely because you can alternate the same way that you would if you were doing alternating pistol squats. So for example, like so, okay? If we're scaling, if we're progressing through pistol squats for a workout, like I said, where you've got lots of other things going on, and you want the primary focus for the pistol squat to be on a body weight movement and not fill the room up with loads of equipment, those are the progressions I would use if an athlete is not yet able to complete full pistol squats. If they can do pistol squats, but the number that's on the board is too many, then you could reduce the reps for them. In a workout where you're doing it for quality, or say an athlete's practicing in open gym, or it's a workout where you really want to focus on that single-legged strength rather than on the overall conditioning effect, there's a few slightly more creative and slightly more equipment-intensive versions that you can use. So all of those are still good, but you can also elevate the athlete's standing leg off the ground. This works well because sometimes athletes will be strong enough to do a pistol squat, but they'll lack the flexibility to be able to hold their leg out so that it doesn't touch the floor while they descend. If you stand on a high object, that removes some of the flexibility demand from the pistol squat. The higher the object, the easier it is. So an entry-level version, I would try and get an athlete to stand on a 20-inch box, touch their toe on the ground, and not take any weight. Like so. Like so. As you get lower and lower, it gets harder and harder from a strength perspective and from a flexibility perspective. These two platforms will sort of mimic what a regular pistol squat might look like, where you've got to hold your leg out in front. So once the athlete's nice and strong on there, encourage them to have a go at something like this. More and more comfortable. And this one might actually work for using it in a workout because the equipment required for it is so small. As you can see, pistol long is exactly my strong suit. There are also two different ways that you can scale the pistol squat using bands. Set the squatting hooks at a height that suits the athlete, and also in such a way where they can't be pulled in, so they need to be held against the upright by the tension of the band. The athlete's going to put the band underneath their bum like so, in the same way you would for like a scaled air squat where you're going to sit back. You're going to take one foot off the ground, Sit, stand. You can also alternate these really nicely. So, for example, if you've got an athlete practicing in open gym, where they've got loads of room, or like yourselves, you're practicing in open gym, this one works really, really well for mobility and strength in the pistol squat. Additionally, you can use band support, holding onto it with your arms. A little bit like we would with a Cossack. So you set a sort of decent distance away, hold on to the band with both hands. The closer you hold it to the rig, the more help you're going to get. The further away you hold it, the less help you're going to get. Lift one leg off the floor, and the other. And so, okay? So those options are there for practice, quality, strength, like say they get worked in as a superset as part of a strength day or something like that, that's where we're going to use those. But primarily in the Metcons we would use the floor-based body weight exercises, perhaps with a plate, perhaps with a wooden box, but I wouldn't go for any more